Hey guys, welcome back. And I had this whole video recorded. I had it all good to go, ready to upload, and then I realized my microphone was jacked up. So hopefully this one, fingers crossed, hopefully this one works out better. We'll see. But a lot of people are talking about this X-Men 97 show, and I'm going to be honest, which is what a lot of these people haven't done. And I'm going to admit that I didn't watch this show like religiously as a kid. I did watch a lot of it. I saw a lot of the episodes. I couldn't really I didn't follow it canonically. Kind of like the Spider-Man series, because back in the day, if you didn't pay for cable, you were at the mercy of watching a show when it was on. And again, I had like 12 channels growing up, so kids nowadays can't even relate to the problems we had growing up, especially being poor back in the 90s. That being said, I did watch the show. I did not know who Morph was, but now that we've had this whole controversy over this character Morph, who essentially at the time was not really an important character, kind of a spin-off of another villain called Changeling, apparently. But we've seen some issues with this show. We've seen some problems. One of them being this thing where they got rid of Rogue's, rear end. And again, this is a theme we've seen in video games, in Hollywood, in movies, in animation, where they try to de-feminize women, make them less attractive, less pretty, less feminine, less curvy, and make them more masculine. I mean, look at look at the cast of The Last of Us, or look at Abby from Last of Us Part 2. Let's look at what's her face, Aloy from the Horizon video games, whatever those names. I can't remember. I'm not a PlayStation guy. Don't sue me. I can't remember the exact name of those games. But Horizon Zero Dawn, right? That was it. I'm pretty sure that was it. Long story short, this is a theme we are seeing in comics, in animation, where it's just taking feminine people and making them less attractive, because we cannot have standard attractive women unless, of course, they're bisexual or gay. They can't be heterosexual, God forbid. So now we have Morph, and Morph is now non-binary, despite the fact that Morph is a shapeshifter and never really had an orientation or a gender identity issue to begin with. Morph was just a shapeshifter. Well, now people are running with the idea that Morph was always non-binary because he could, change into a woman, dressed in drag, and apparently that was a big thing. I can't remember. I don't know. But if you need an explanation as to why we are seeing this guy right here, J.P. Carliac, is the voice actor for Morph. And you could say, hey, what's the big deal? It's just a dude with a role in a cartoon. Well, the issue is that we're seeing a lot of these self-inserts. And by the way, both these articles are from Fandom Pulse. Go check them out. I write for them occasionally. They're cool articles, great people. Go check out the articles. But we've seen the self-inserting stuff in Hollywood, in Marvel, in animation, just like in this situation here, where this character is a self-insert for the writer who's creating them. It's not a new thing. This is the definition of a self-insert. So you have this guy here, J.P. Carliac, the voice of Morph, who is a USC alumni. He's an USC alum, okay? And apparently he launched a company called Queer Vox, which is going to bring authenticity to a growing number of LGBTQ characters in animation and video games. And this article from USC Today was from 2022. So it says, actor J.P. Carliac will never forget the first time he saw He-Man go up against the evil forces of Skeletor in Masters of the Universe. The muscled protagonist wasn't openly queer. No, newsflash, he's not queer at all, okay? But to a gay kid like Carliac, watching He-Man was like seeing Bugs Bunny in drag, which was queer as you could get. He says the show also made him feel like he could be in a superhero cartoon someday. No, you can't be in a cartoon because you're a person. So Carliac, now 41, did end up being cast in an animated superhero production. He's the voice of Green Goblin and Spidey and His Amazing Friends, also the voice of Boss Baby and Netflix's The Boss Baby Back in Business. Boss Baby sucks. I'm just going to say it. I've seen a couple of the movies. They suck. So he says, today's animated shows and video games feature far more LGBTQ characters than they once did. It was so cool those characters were emerging on the screen. That representation can provide an infusion of hope and a feeling of belonging for kids. But unfortunately, there was one problem. Carliac was frustrated to see these voice acting roles, especially the trans and non-binary ones, cast with non-queer talent. Yes, because, it's really important for kids to see their trans, non-binary, pansexual furries be voiced by somebody who's part of the community. So 2 years ago, Carliac raised the issue to a casting agent friend who told him that the industry just didn't know how to find queer talent to audition for these parts. We've all seen movies with cisgender, which is a term I absolutely detest, and straight actors portraying queer roles competently or very well, he explains. But they are all effectively deprivingly a queer person of making a living in this industry and earning wealth telling their own stories. That disconnect motivated Carliac to create Queer Vox, a non-profit training academy and community for LGBTQ voice actors. I want to fling the door open and be like, now's the time, he says. And again, this is something where there's an agenda push. If you do not believe it, this is their mission statement. QueerVox is a nonprofit organization providing training and professional support for LGBTQIA+ voice actors in the entertainment industry while advocating for equitable opportunities and authentic representation in voice performance work. Authentic representation. So I guess we should tell the black guy that did the voice of Kratos in God of War that he shouldn't have a job anymore because he's not white. Apparently. So what we do in their mission statement says we support our membership and broader community by implementing initiatives and programming that include working with casting agencies and industry professionals to encourage authentic representation of LGBTQIA characters in voice acting and identify equitable and diverse employment opportunities. Basically, struggle sessions. They're going to struggle session a company into hiring people who are more part of the alphabet mafia, if you will. And of course, last but not least, friendly reminder from Data Racer here on Twitter. He does a fantastic job putting together these slideshows of all these wackos freaking out on Twitter. The lead writer and producer of the X-Men reboot on Disney Plus is having a meltdown about Kyle Rittenhouse, calls him a racist white supremacist, and thinks all 20-year-old white males are potential mass shooters. Not even kidding. You can go to Data Racer's profile, you can see the tweets for yourself, this person having an absolute meltdown about white supremacy and Donald Trump and Kyle Rittenhouse and, you know, the usual patriarchy crap that you'll hear. So yeah, this show is toast. This show is dead. It's not going to survive, honestly. The animation looks all right, except for the fact that they take these women, they take these characters, and they defeminize them, which they always do, and I'm sick and damn tired of it. Let me know what you guys think down below, though. Do you think this show has any shot? I doubt it, but we'll see. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. And if you made it this far, thank you for watching the video. We do have 2 channels, one for daily uploads, the other one for more of my live streams and hot takes. Links to both are down below, as well as the ability to join as a channel member for as little as $3 a month, and that'll greatly help us out. Much appreciated. We also have links to our Etsy accounts down below, as well as our website. We also have locals and Subscribestar. If you didn't want to support us on YouTube, you can support us through those. Thanks again for being here, and we will see you on the next one.